There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With even more exclusive content, with over 150 channels in your vehicle, including the widest, deepest variety of music, ad-free. Root for your team. Get news. Listen to whatever makes you laugh. And hear all about your favorite stars. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels filled with music and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video. Thousands of hours of shows and performances on demand. What you love is on now.
Here on CMA Network, we pride ourselves with providing you guys, the 12-volt industry, with all the latest and greatest information of technology and products that are out on the market. Well, today we are showcasing a brand new brand that you might not have heard of, but they've been in the game for quite some time. Of course, we're talking about Hikvision, multi-channel dash cams, and so much more. You got to stay tuned in to check this out. We've got product expert Ken Izatt in the studio with us today. This is CMA Showcase presented by SiriusXM, Hikvision, and it starts now. What's going on, everybody? And thanks for tuning in to another CMA Showcase presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and I'm wishing all my Canadian friends that had a great Thanksgiving long weekend. Hope you had a chance to spend some time, eat some turkey, and, well, basically roll over and nap afterwards, like I did. But we're going to kick this week off strong with a brand new brand that's new to the network. It's new to the market as far as the 12-volt retailers might be concerned, but they have a rich history within the industry, providing some pretty specialty equipment. And now they've entered the dash cam game, multi-channel, in fact, with some very interesting solutions, of course, for consumers, but also for those fleet operations that you may be dealing with. So we're going to find out all about that today. I know that we have, well, actually, it's their product expert, which will be joining us. His name is Ken Izatt. I'm going to ask him to come into the studio right now and get to know Hikvision a little bit more. Hey, Ken, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ben. Glad to be here. This looks like a great opportunity to talk about some Hikvision products.
Well, I hope that you like talking about product and get a little techie, because that's kind of what we do here. We like to geek out on new tech and new gear for our market, which is of course the 12-volt industry. I want to take this opportunity, seeing as it is an unveiling or a new introduction of a brand to our audience with Hikvision. Maybe you can give us a little bit of a background as far as who is Hikvision and your presence now available in Canada.
Yeah, happy to do that. So Hikvision started about 22 years ago in Hong Kong as a camera manufacturer, primarily focused in the security closed-circuit television market. Within 20 years, they've become like the #1 global provider in that marketplace, and they lead the industry with a lot of very innovative technology, artificial intelligence. And they have a fantastic facility where they manufacture all of their own products. So recently they decided to move into the mobile video field. So they've introduced a few products with that know-how that they've gained in the security system applications. So everything from lens coverage to artificial intelligence. There's a lot of technology that's crossed over into that mobile video.
That is very exciting. You already have me tingling. And this is, you guys now have an operation Salesforce warehouse in Canada to serve our Canadian dealers, correct?
Well, we do. Yeah, we are actually have a strong presence in Canada. Our head office is in Mississauga, Ontario. We have an R&D office in Montreal. We have a customer showroom both in Toronto and Vancouver.
Wow.
And we have our warehousing distribution from Vancouver as well. So we're in all three of the largest metropolitan centers in Canada. And, we've got a pretty strong commitment to being in this market.
Well, before we get going, I know we have an incredible video that the team over at Hikvision is kind of put together custom just for this opportunity. But I wanted to make a comment with your history and the pedigree that Hikvision has within, like you said, the surveillance camera market. There's got to be some interesting technology or specialty know-how that's going to kind of bleed over into mobile video when it comes to maybe the clarity, the resolution, the quality of the image, the low light conditions. All these are the things that I have questions for, and I'm sure they're going to address some in the video, but I'm looking forward to chatting about that with you too.
Yeah, I'm happy to touch on that product, and I think the video will show you a little bit more about what we're about and what some of our capabilities are.
Well, on that topic, can you give us a quick breakdown of what we are to expect to learn from this video?
Sure. Well, it's an overall video with an introduction to Hikvision, who we are, and what we do, and it does drill down on a couple of different models. The G2 Pro, which is our latest 2-channel 4K mobile video solution, as well as the G4, which is a 5-channel commercial-based mobile video system with a fleet management component. So it handles data and GPS a little differently than you might have seen in the past.
Well, if they don't go too much in detail, you and I are going to circle back on that topic for sure.
We can. So we've got some video to run within this presentation. You'll see some actual video.
Okay.
And that's just video we've taken out of our cars. So, it's basically untouched and just incorporated into the sample.
So we should get a sense. Here we go.
Hikvision is committed to serving various industries through its cutting-edge technologies of machine perception, artificial intelligence, and big data, leading the future of the artificial intelligence of things. Our goal is to help people better connect with the world around them. With a wealth of intelligent products, we strive to identify diverse demands by delivering intelligence at your fingertips. Through innovative ALOT applications, we are dedicated to empowering every individual to enjoy a better future by building an intelligent world that is more convenient, efficient, and secure. Hikvision has established one of the most extensive marketing networks in the industry, comprising of 66 subsidiaries and branch offices globally. This ensures quick response to the needs of our customers, users, and partners. Hikvision products serve a diverse set of vertical markets covering more than 150 countries. Hikvision, technologies for a safer world.
Hi, my name is Tracy Roydy, and I would like to welcome you on behalf of Hikvision. We are located in beautiful Toronto today. Our Canadian offices are located in Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, all of which feature state-of-the-art experience showrooms. Plus, we have a full R&D center in Montreal and a full warehouse distribution facility in Vancouver. In this video, I'd like to introduce you to Hikvision and highlight some of our key innovative technologies and products. To start, let me give you some background. Here at Hikvision, we manufacture a broad range of physical security products covering video security, access control, and alarm systems. We also provide integrated security solutions which are powered by AI technologies to support end users with new applications and possibilities for safety management and business intelligence. Over the past few years, we have enhanced our knowledge and experience in meeting customer needs in various vertical markets with professional and intelligent solutions. Some of these applications include transportation, retail, logistics, and education. With years of research and development, we have accumulated numerous world-leading patented technologies and built a highly sophisticated R&D team. Last year alone, Hikvision invested $1.28 billion in R&D. This accounts for over 10% of our annual revenue. And with this level of investment, we've been able to sustain long-term research and innovation to stay ahead of the industry. Amongst the 52,000 plus employees we have globally, 25,000 are R&D engineers. Plus, we have 5,700 patents and 11 R&D centers located all around the world, including the one mentioned in Montreal, Canada. Another highlight to cover is Hikvision's approach to cybersecurity. With so many threats lurking around the internet these days, it is critical to ensure that digital assets, data, and personal information are secured. Hikvision is investing significant resources in setting new standards for the security industry in the area of cybersecurity. We are committed to supporting and adhering to internationally recognized cybersecurity standards and best practices and have achieved a number of certifications. To further enhance the security of our products, we have implemented Secure by Design manufacturing and testing processes from end to end. This ensures that all of our products are designed and engineered to minimize cybersecurity risks and are tested rigorously to expose and address potential vulnerabilities before our products are brought into the market. Now, let's talk about some of the new and exciting products. Imaging and video-related technology remain very important to Hikvision, and we have been leading the industry in numerous areas, including high definition and low light imaging, as well as image defogging, smart rapid focus, and image stabilization, amongst others. As mentioned, we manufacture a wide range of security products and innovative technologies to take security to the next level. We recently launched a number of new products in our ColorView line. ColorView technology provides you with full color 24/7. This means that even at night, you're going to capture full colorful details that are missed with conventional IR cameras that only provide black and white images. Our new panoramic camera, for example, provides you with a 180-degree horizontal field of view, delivering bright and seamless imaging. This means that you're going to have colorful details both day and night and eliminate blind spots. This is a great application for stadiums, parking lots, farms, and more. Hikvision's AccuSense technology helps to reduce false alarms by allowing you to classify targets by vehicles and humans. This means that alarms will not be triggered by things such as blowing debris or a small critter roaming around. Some models are equipped with strobe lights and customizable audio alerts to deter further criminal events. To power all of these amazing technologies, Hikvision has accumulated a strong technical advantage with our software platforms. For example, our cloud platform-enabled software is multi-site deployable, highly reliable, and developed with fail-safe architecture. This year, we recently launched our mobile video solutions, which includes body-worn cameras, video guidance parking solutions, and dashboard cameras. This now leads us into our featured topic, dash cams. With over 20 years in the security industry, we've taken the latest technologies from our security cameras and put them into our dash cameras. Designed for easier and smarter supervision, dispatching, and emergency responses of buses, taxis, and trucks, Hikvision's mobile video systems enable real-time monitoring of vehicles' interiors and their surroundings. Advanced analytic capabilities ensure that abnormal driving behaviors can promptly and accurately be detected, and drivers can be instantly alerted, protecting them and their passengers from potential incidents. For more information, visit our website at hikvision.ca. Now, let's take a deeper dive into our Hike Central professional software and two of our recently launched dash cameras, the G2 Pro and the G4.
Hi, my name is Justin Sutran from Learning Development at Hikvision Canada. And I also have joining me Carolina Zamaripa from Marketing Canada.
Hi, Justin.
We have some exciting products that we'd like to introduce to you, which are highly anticipated. Without further ado, let's get started. Our first item I'd like to introduce is our G2 Pro Cam.
So the G2 Pro is actually one of my favorites, not just because I worked on the flyer, but this is the dual channel mobile camera. So the front camera supports ultra high definition imaging, 4K, and the rear camera supports 1080p.
Wow, imagine watching that on an IMAX screen.
I know, right?
You'd think you're actually in the car. Let's have a closer look.
Let's do it.
Mounting the front dash camera. Mounting the rear camera. Powering up the system. Inserting the SD card. And formatting the SD card.
It really is a sleek looking camera. Did you know its features include parking recording, turning off the mobile touchscreen app, automatic shutdown for detecting low battery in the car battery as well?
So do you mean it will shut down if it senses there is low voltage in the car?
Absolutely.
That is such a cool feature. I always go hiking on trails, sometimes in the middle of nowhere, and I would hate to be stranded if the car battery died.
Tell me about it.
So it really adds a layer of protection.
Absolutely. It even uses a function called Advanced Driver Assistance, ADAS, which warns the driver of forward collision, vehicle departure, speed limit, traffic lights.
So you mean the G2 Pro actually speaks to you when the car in front of you moves ahead?
You got it.
Wow, imagine how much that can reduce the amount of honking in the city.
You got a valid point, Carolina. That noise pollution gives me such a headache.
And now, Justin, does it support multiple languages?
It absolutely does.
Oh, wow, so it's multilingual.
Yes, plus it's even smart enough to record based on collisions.
That's right. And the images are saved in case of an accident, going back to our point about it being an added layer of protection.
For sure. So if there's any incidents that occur, the dash cam would actually provide valuable evidence.
I told you it was one of my favorites. It's like a co-pilot you can trust. And I know that its built-in features trigger a sensor that will automatically lock the recording video on the micro SD card when it senses impact, which prevents footage from being overwritten or lost.
Awesome. I mean, it's everyone's concern. I mean, what are the storage capabilities?
I'm glad you asked. The G2 Pro has built-in storage of 64 gigabytes eMMC, but if you would like, you can also add up to 256 gigabytes of storage via a micro SD card. We strongly recommend you use our Hikvision ones. I have a 256 gigabyte one right here.
I have a 128, and if I recall, it actually provides us a write speed of over 3,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's awesome. I mean, a co-pilot with a vivid memory.
I know. And speaking of memory and footage, it's also a great way to find out where that scratch came from when you park at the mall or the grocery store. You know, the other day when I was parked at the grocery store, my car got a dent. It would have been great to have a dash cam then.
Yeah, I know for sure. I could probably use one just for that.
So Justin, we've talked about some of the dash cam's applications. What are some of the features we should also highlight?
Well, in addition to its built-in G sensor, it also supports GPS and Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's right. That's a good one to mention. So with a built-in 5G Wi-Fi, you can seamlessly connect the dashcam to the mobile app, and it also supports in-app video sharing through apps such as WhatsApp, WeChat, etc.
Imagine driving through safari or mountainous terrain, filming 4K imaging, and not have to worry about the camera constantly moving.
Right? I may have to get one for my next hiking trip. It would have definitely come in handy when we went to Cypress Mountain.
You know, I would have watched that footage. If you want to hear about more features, the G2 Pro includes snapshot Bluetooth connectivity that includes the ability to turn on and off the voice recording, record playback, video playback of videos, recording modules, and as well as a GPS location of the vehicle.
Oh, I see. So if parents wanted to know where their teenagers were, for example, for safety reasons, it could help with that?
Absolutely. In addition to that, the module will support notifications of emergency recording, high temperature shutdown, low voltage shutdown, and even rated for temperatures between minus 20 to 65 degrees Celsius, consuming less than 6 watts of current. The input operates on 5 volts for both the front and rear camera.
Wow, so does that mean it's eco-friendly? It doesn't use up a lot of power?
You got that right.
Nice. So I talked earlier about the quality of the images the dashcam provides. It's pretty sophisticated. I know it supports night vision even in low light conditions. It also keeps images clear despite heavy rain and or fog, and it has a built-in high-sensitive microphone which supports voice on and off. So when it's parking mode or whether you just want to turn the camera on and off, you can just do that with the sound of your voice.
Very cool. I see why it's one of your favorites. Now let's take a look at the G4 dashcam to inform everybody why it's one of my favorites.
Ooh, our commercial applications camera. Okay, let's hear it.
This unit comes from our commercial line of products, which is typically used for fleet management. It supports 5 channels, including one main and substream. The main actually supports up to 1080p, and the sub supports up to 720p. It does give you up to 1440p resolution, providing the same high-res quality used in gaming. And I love gaming. Built-in Wi-Fi with 4G network support, compatible with 4-channel TVI cameras, and 2 alarm inputs.
So how does such a small unit support that resolution? How are the images being stored?
That's a good question. The G4 actually supports 2 SD cards supporting up to 128 gigabytes of storage.
Okay, so I can see the G4 being a good fit for bus companies and car rental agencies, though I have been to Winnipeg in the winter and everyone plugs their car in overnight so it starts the next day. Will the camera still work in cold temperatures?
It's a great question. You know, I've visited Winnipeg in the past before, and temperatures do get pretty cold there. So yes, this device actually supports from minus 20 to plus 65 degrees Celsius. So it's actually cold enough for the Arctic.
That is literally so cool. You know, the feature I learned about that really stuck with me is that you can view any of your driver's locations at any given time.
Really? How is that done?
So the G4 has built-in 4G connectivity. So you can simply plug in a compatible SIM card and connect it to the Hike Central platform over the 3G or 4G network. The device can also analyze certain driver behaviors.
I typically like to drink my coffee in the morning. Would it alert the driver in that case?
Oh, Justin, don't talk to me about coffee right now. I could be on my 4th or 5th today. But what the G4 can do is it can set alarms based on specific behaviors, such as fatigue driving, smoking, dialing on a phone, anybody who tampers with the camera, and accidents. These real-time updates can also be sent to the fleet management interface.
You mean we can view live footage at any given time of a driver?
Yes, so it could also serve as a safety feature. And in addition to that, Hike Central Professional, or Hike Central Pro as we call it, will provide a live map showing where the vehicle is traveling, how fast, and it can send alerts through it as well.
You know, there's a lot of fleet management software in the market today. I wonder if it actually supports third-party solutions.
It actually does, Justin. Hike Central Professional uses the Hike Device Gateway, which communicates with an extended list of partner software, and the list is still growing.
You know, for those who might not know about Hike Central Pro or what it is, could we give a brief explanation?
For sure. So the elevator pitch is that Hike Central Pro is Hikvision's software platform for integrating and managing security systems. It is designed to meet a variety of security challenges, all from a single platform. Hike Central Pro allows you to manage multiple systems such as video security, access control, security alarms, and more.
I think that's brief enough to get us to the next floor.
Leveraging multiple security systems can be challenging. With Hike Central Professional, a powerful integrated security platform, you can make smarter decisions dealing with a variety of security challenges. Built on a unified and flexible architecture, Hike Central Professional offers 9 major applications, such as video, access control, attendance, maintenance, and more. Users can connect security functions in an interactive way to build a truly integrated and unified system, enhancing their operational efficiency. And whatever your role, Hike Central Professional will help you get up and running quickly. You can customize your own system according to specific duties or simply choose preset modes. You don't need to spend time digging through data anymore. Information collected in Hike Central Professional becomes easy to understand and access with its dynamic visual forms. The onboard interactive eMap enables management and security staff to get accurate and timely notifications while responding to incidents. It's powerful but light. You can have your own platform deployed with limited hardware costs and with simple, intuitive setup process. Ready to meet every security challenge with smarter decisions and simplified operations? Hike Central Professional. Versatile security in one platform.
So, I mean, there's a lot to digest there in that one video, because I think they did a great job kind of expediting every main point, Ken. But I definitely want to spend some time with you to review some of the key messages I think we want our dealers to understand. So let's start with understanding the background of Hikvision when it comes to security camera and why that's relevant to know and understand when developing mobile video, like you say, or dash cam products. What are some of the key things that make, I mean, there's a lot of dash cam brands out there, right? Let's be honest. You know, the market is quite flooded with many different offerings. Some with electronic brand names that are familiar to our Canadian market, some that are not. So I'd like to hear what you have to say about that topic.
Sure. Well, you know, the experience has been gained in the security field. And as the video showed, there's a lot of focus on security applications for video. But through that development of the product, you know, artificial intelligence is become a really big part of it, is processing the right type of video. You saw in the example how it can detect a human shape rather than a dog or a ball, or you know, a shadow or the wind blowing a leaf around. So, you know, the false alarm rate was quite high with standard motion detection, and it still is. But by using AI, it really eliminates the, you know, just a change in the scene and really focuses on what is really a potential issue that should gain your attention. So that technology, as well as just the manufacturing of, you know, the lenses, for example, or you know how the software is, you know, incorporated into the mobile dash cam systems makes a huge impact. You know, so you've got a quality product that incorporates the technology where it's appropriate. So voice recognition, voice commands. The app is one of my favorite components and often overlooked. It's a very easy to use interface, and I think that's important because when you turn a vehicle back over to a customer, they've got to operate that. So you know, it's a very easy learning curve using the app. Gives them a lot of information. You know, you use it for setting up parameters, but then you're using it on a day-to-day basis. So if you're trying to find a video and you want to download that, it makes it very easy to do. We have a timeline on there. So, you know, the idea of ease of use, reliable technology has all been incorporated into Hikvision's mobile series. Yes, we're late to the game, as you've pointed out, because, you know, Hikvision has been focused primarily on the security applications, but we've expanded. We now have access control, security products, and of course, mobile video. That's why we're here today.
Beautiful.
So, you know, it's not an upstart. It has been around for a while. we have a huge R&D department. About half of our employees are engineers, so they were all very much focused on developing new and innovative technologies.
Very, very technology based, which is interesting when, from a dealer standpoint, when you're pitching a dash cam, especially a two-channel system and up to a customer, you want to have those talking points. So why should you go with this dash cam versus, maybe that cash and carry one, that you've seen at the, big franchise store. We're talking and communicating specifically to our 12-volt specialty retailers that want to know that they are offering their customers cutting edge stuff, and really it's a pretty simple variety when it comes to that custom install hardwire type of scenario. When it comes to Hikvision, we're talking about a G2 and a G4. So let me break this down. The G2 is a two-channel system, as we learned. The rear camera, so I noticed that it comes with a little bracket. Now, can that be also placed on an outdoor environment, or is it strictly from an inside glass perspective install?
Well, it is a small camera, as you've noticed, and it has a bracket that can be positioned many ways. It has a 22-degree range, so
Mhm.
it can be mounted on the back window, which is a traditional mounting point for a rear camera, but it can also be mounted outside of the vehicle. So if you've got a van with no, windows, and you want to mount it on the bumper, or a pickup truck, you want to see exactly what's behind you. Maybe it's a trailer you're pulling, or trying to connect to. It has an IPX 67 rating, so it's designed to be out in the rain and the snow and still perform.
So that's interesting, and I want to point that out because not all two-channel systems have that rear cam that have an IP rating that would be flexible enough for different installation options, either in or out. So that's a very interesting thing to note, specifically with the Hikvision G2 Pro. Let's talk about that parking mode feature. They didn't get into too much. I mean, she mentioned it, getting bumped into in the parking lot, but this is an important feature for both systems, regardless if we're talking about the G2 or the G4.
Yeah, so with a hardwired harness, there's a voltage monitor on there. So we're not going to run down a battery, but so the approach that Hikvision has taken is to go to a time lapse type of recording. So it's recording 1 frame per second, even when the vehicle is shut down. And if there is an impact or some change in the G sensor, it will go into a real-time recording mode. So, hopefully you've got some, footage there, although it's only 1 frame per second, of what happened prior to the impact. Whereas the, traditional cameras that have G sensors are going to start recording basically after the impact. Now you may see, somebody driving away, but you may not capture that, instant when the impact happened. But because you're getting a little bit of, of recording before that, you may be lucky enough to get that recorded. So it does monitor the voltage, as I said, and once it drops to a certain point, it will shut the system down. We don't want to draw anybody's battery down where they can't restart their car.
Very, very interesting. And that is something that I wanted to point out. I've sat through a couple of these dash cam sessions, and every brand seems to have a different way that they analyze the parking mode. But I thought that 1 frame per second, it's low voltage, you're not doing a lot of draw, but you're guaranteed to at least have an image of what's happening before and during said incident. Interesting to note, for
Well,
sure.
that's true, Ben. And that's one of the examples of technology that comes from the security industry because, all recordings, traditionally, were done on a time lapse basis. Now it's a little different with, having a little bit more digital recording than the old analog systems, but that's how they used to operate.
All right. Unless there's not something else you want to point out on the G2 system, I really want to dive into this G4 5-channel system.
Yeah, I just like to again circle back to the app. They did show a little
Mhm.
bit of the app on the video presentation, and I'm really impressed with the app. And the reason being is that it has an image of the video on the top of your phone, and then it'll have a timeline across there, and then the GPS data below that. So if you want to view a file, simply move your finger along the timeline, drag it back to where you want to view.
Mm.
I mean, the file management is a huge component, especially when you're dealing with multiple files and they're cut into 1 minute or so. Ours are 2 minutes in length, so the new file is created every 2 minutes. Now, if you had to go through a file folder and look at a 15-digit file name, it doesn't correspond to what you want to see. It's difficult to find. So with the timeline, it's very simple to find what you want, go back, drag it back to where you want to see, and you go, oh, that's the scene I want. You can just hit the download button, which is in the top right of your screen. And this is all on your phone.
Okay,
And
this
that's
is
when
the
you
mobile.
download that.
Is there a desktop application as well, or is this simply
not
mobile?
for the G2 Pro.
Okay.
This is for the mobile, right? And this is done through the Wi-Fi system that's created within the vehicle. So you're going to download that video, and of course the GPS data with it as well. So it's going to show you the time, the date, where you were, what was happening. Very usable file. Once you've downloaded that, now you have that on your phone, and you can disperse that file to anybody that's interested in seeing it.
All right, that's very good. Let's dive into the G4 5-channel cam system. Like, this is unprecedented. Like, this is really new now. Like, we're 2-channel, 3-channel. Now we're talking about a 5-channel. One thing I did notice, it's not a compact chassis. It's a little bit bigger. Talk to us a little bit about your impressions of the G4 system.
Yeah, well, the G4 system is really an evolution of commercial mobile video systems. Now, we still manufacture analog systems with an NVR or a DVR, which is a large secure box that would be mounted, under a seat or something like that, with a removable hard drive. And that's where the commercial systems kind of lived, in that space. Now, we still make those types of systems. However, the new product, the G4, it is, as you pointed out, a little larger because it's doing a lot more. It's processing up to 5 channels of video. And it incorporates a lot of the traditional features of a dash cam, but the price point is very attractive on it. So these used to be very expensive systems. Now they're quite affordable. So the sorry, my watch is just buzzing on me. The so the new G4 it incorporates a fleet management software as well, which really, I think, separates it from the traditional system. So they showed an example there of a map with a video on the side. So that is really the remote view. So
Wait a minute.
if you're looking at a fleet,
sorry.
Yeah.
Remote view. Are you referring to being able to access the information on that dash cam live remotely?
Correct. So this is designed for a dispatcher or somebody back at the office to keep an eye on what's going on. So the traditional fleet, systems have often used consumer grade dash cams. If you've got a dozen vehicles or 10 vehicles and they're all running around with dash cams, they all have SD cards. It's a lot of data to manage.
Yeah.
And how long do you archive it for? Are there, what's been rewritten, what hasn't been rewritten? So there's a lot of questions about that, and it can be a bit of a task trying to find something, an incident specific, right? So the G4 brings this to the G4 will operate with the Hike Central Pro software. So the typical situation would be a dispatcher that's sitting at his computer, and on his computer screen, he's got a map, and there's an icon all over that map where all of his vehicles are.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. That can
be, that's like a telematics kind of scenario, right? Let's say you had a tracker in each vehicle and you see where all your vehicles are. Okay, so far I get it.
Very, very similar. So you'd have all these icons and they're moving. So it's live data because their vehicles are moving.
Mm-hmm.
So the operator can click on any icon and have a look at the forward dash cam. So if you're wondering, why isn't this vehicle moving? They can have a quick look at it and say, oh, well, it's a big traffic jam. Why is he going off course? This is another interesting aspect of it. You can geofence the planned route that the vehicle is supposed to be taking. So if there's a deviation from that route, and that could be, you set that parameter, it could be 500 meters, a kilometer, whatever you want it to be, you would get an alert. And then you can have a look at it and go, oh, where's this guy going? He's off course. Well, maybe there's a detour or something like that. So again, you can have a look at the dash cam, see what's going on. And with a SIM card, with the an LTE SIM card, you can verbally communicate with that driver as well.
like kind
So
of like a walkie-talkie kind of situation.
like a walkie-talkie, except
Mm-hmm.
it's cell phone. So it is
Mm-hmm.
full duplex. So you can speak to the
Mm.
driver, go, hey, what's going on? Go, well, there's a roadblock up here, and or there's a detour, or there's something else that I've got to divert. So they see what's going on. But it also, with the, as you mentioned, like a telematics type of a system, you can tell where a vehicle is, and if it's supposed to be somewhere at a certain time, you get an idea if that vehicle is still on time, if he's on course. So that can be communicated to customers. Yes, he's on his way. He should be there in 5 minutes. So it really gives that dispatcher much more information just looking at his computer screen.
So this feels to me like this is next level 2, if not 3.0 telematics with ADAS, with digital witness, all kind of put into one package. That is, I mean, kind of unprecedented. I have not heard of a system with quite this many features yet.
Well, this is not a new product specifically for dash cams. This is our Hike Central
Right.
software that's been developed for viewing security cameras. You could have 30 cameras on a screen that you're
Mm-hmm.
monitoring. So, with this mobile interface, now we can monitor the vehicles. So again, this is how the technology that's developed for the security application is now used in the
Mm.
mobile video component, right? Now, the other thing of importance is data management. So if you've got all these vehicles running around recording data, what do you do with it? The Hike Central Pro will allow you to archive that data into your own server. You keep it as long as you think you need to keep it, and that is there, and it's accessible at any time you need to go back and review it. So it really gives you the data management tool, as well as the live GPS updates and the verbal communication, and to be able to see what's going on around that vehicle.
So 2 questions. Number 1, you mentioned that you have access to the front-facing main dash cam. It is a 5-channel. Would I be able to remotely access the other channels as well?
Yes, you can have a look at it, and one of the things that the system will do is it will analyze driver behavior. So again, this is transferring the AI developed technology from the security application to a mobile video product. So if the driver's got his head down and he's got something in his lap and he's using his thumbs on it, maybe he's sending a text. He shouldn't be doing that, right? So, or if he looks fatigued, it will give the analysis of the driver fatigue. So it's not perfect in its interpretation. We did one test where it's supposed to detect smoking, but if you're, scratching your nose, you might
Mm,
give you a false alert there. So,
understood.
like I said, it's not perfect, but it does give you the driver behavior. So that's if you have a camera pointed at the driver. Of course, you can also, depending on the application, you could have it on a dump truck. You can make sure the load is there. School buses are great application. You want to see the passengers, want to see the kids, how they're behaving or not behaving. It gives you a much better
My head, I'm
idea
gonna
of
be
what's
honest
going
with
on.
you, my head is spinning right now just on the sheer amount of applications that this could open doors for. Our dealers are supposed to be the specialists, the expert in their area, in their municipality when it comes to the latest technology for anything mobile like that, for vehicle. And if they knew about this technology, some of two avenues. Number one, circle back to existing contracts that you may have with smaller business fleets, maybe municipal, whatever that may be. Let them know that a product like this exists. I mean, I bet you here's what I'm saying. I bet you the vast majority of the customers don't even know that this technology, this type of service exists. So our dealers need to be up to speed and educated to be able to inform them and be that expert. And I think the potential
Yeah.
is just outrageous.
Well, it is, Ben. It really does open up a new market to a lot of people. I mean, many dealers are, happy to put a couple of cameras in mom's minivan, and that's the core of their business. Now, that doesn't change, but it does open up opportunities where now you can deal with, a dozen vehicles, 10 vehicles, 30 vehicles, 100 vehicles. This software will support up to
I
1,000
was just gonna say,
vehicles.
what's the limit of vehicles on that software? 1,000?
1,000
Woo!
vehicles.
And that's
So
doesn't matter. I mean, that could be countrywide, North American wide, you name it, right? As long as there's an LTE signal.
Yeah, the map gets a little wide if you've got vehicles all over North America, because you're viewing basically a continent, and you would have to, you know, zoom in a
Right.
little bit to see the
You need a
icons.
Batcave
But
setup. You need a Batcave setup in that scenario.
well, yes, you do. You know, a bunch of monitors there, you can see
Yeah.
what's going on with everybody. But you know, it's it back to the business opportunity. This is something that's, I think, you know, that a lot of dealers just don't know about, or haven't really given much thought to the potential. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of fleets are, you know, just using consumer level dash cams, you know, which is fine, except it does present some issues, right? When you've got a lot of them and you've got multiple SD cards. Now you can centralize everything in one software package, and you can archive all that data, you know, as you see fit.
Just even general maintenance can, like, you know, let's say you have 12 vehicles, okay? A small. How do you always check if it's working, if everything is in working order? With this, you know if it's working or not. Log in. If there's a visual, it's working. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, if the vehicle's on the road, it should be moving around, and you can
Right.
click on it. You can do a mic
Right.
check. You can do
Otherwise,
you know, a view check. It really opens up a different marketplace altogether. And these are affordable. You know, they're not horribly expensive. And I usually don't like to focus too much on price, but I just want to point out. Let me just have a quick look here.
we're talking Canadian MSRP here.
Yeah, the MSRP Canadian for a G4, just for the main units, is under $500 at $474.
Now that's with how many cameras?
That's just with the main camera.
The main
So
camera.
we have a variety of different cameras depending on how you're going to use it. So the other 4 cameras are not just one camera. We
Right.
have cameras that are designed to be inside of a vehicle, cameras that can be outside of a vehicle. We've got the traditional kind of security dome cameras. It could be in a ceiling of a
trailer
bus.
or a bus.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly. So
absolutely.
there's a lot of different cameras that you can use to add on to this. So that is just the one main brain, and the main unit is under $500. So you may be using 2 cameras, 3 cameras. You don't always have to use 5. But you know, depending on the type of vehicle it is, right? But there's a big business potential here that I think has been opened up with the
absolutely.
availability
I agree.
of this product.
All right. Last quick thing. They mentioned there was Hikvision also. SD cards has always been a thing, and there isn't really a clean supplier in our channels anyhow when it comes to 12 volt. But Hikvision does offer a full line of SD cards, which are suitable for like this high definition type of recording, right?
Well, yeah, we do. You know, Hikvision manufactures their own SD cards. This is not private labeled. We don't farm this out to someone else. This is developed in the same factory that makes our cameras. So what we focus on is write speed and capacity. So most people are using class 10, and they felt class 10 is fine. And it is fine for standard video. You know, if you're looking at 480p or something like that, it's fine. It's going to write at I think up to 10 megabytes per second. But as the resolution improves with dash cams, and you're talking 2K, 4K, the files become quite large. And there is a life, you know, span of an SD card. So it can only be rewritten so many times,
Right.
including ours. And then, you know, hopefully your dash cam is going to tell you when your SD card has been corrupted and can no longer record. Not all of them do, but the better ones will. So that's a critical component. If you're going back to review something that's happened and your file is corrupt, you've got nothing. You've got nothing.
It's like you didn't have a dash cam.
It's like you didn't have a dash cam. Exactly. So you got no way to prove what happened, no way to review it. So Hikvision is focused on some faster rewrite speeds, and you know, we have onboard memory, our G2 Pro, 64 megabytes of onboard memory, and be able to add 256 cards are great. But in our V series, we can write up to 90 megabytes per second.
Wow.
Now that's suitable for 8K video. Okay, so or we've got one, our V60 will give you 60 megabytes per second, and that's suitable for 4K. So you can rewrite more often without the card expiring quickly, because with a traditional class 10 card, you know, you're rewriting that card more often with a larger file that comes with a higher resolution video. So the lifespan of a traditional card just isn't there. Okay, so what we've done is developed cards that will provide a long life and be able to handle the high resolution files.
Ken, that's pretty much all I have as far as questions. The next step are for our dealers to, reach out to you guys, get more information. Hikvision.ca is the website. This is a big website, guys. I'm warning you now. They do a lot of different things. You might want to focus in on the video, the mobile video, the dash cam section. But hey, if you're into kind of checking all the other technologies and stuff, go ahead. Currently looking for distribution and dealers. Hikvision.ca. Get a hold of Ken. He's the sales account executive over there. He'll connect you with the right channels to set you guys up as a dealer and even distributors. If you're out there, we obviously deal with all of them. They're looking for partners, guys. So make sure you get a hold of the guys at Hikvision, guys and gals at Hikvision, of course. On that note, Ken, I want to thank you very much for coming in today. I think we've covered the gambit. I definitely would love to get you back. I understand there's probably, based on the amount of engineers you have, probably a lot of new product and technologies coming down the pipe sooner rather than later. But a great first appearance here on CMA Networks to kind of get your feet wet and get people to understand, what you guys are all about and the great technology and products that you guys have to offer.
Hey, Ben, it's been a blast. Thanks so much for having me on, and I look forward to doing this once again.
All right, let's stay in touch. Thank you, Ken.
Okay, thank you.
That was Ken Izatt from Hikvision Canada. He is, of course, the sales account manager. A ton of knowledge. Seems to know everything, and wow, there's a lot to know, guys. Go back if you're watching this live or on demand. Check out that G4. If you guys are into fleet, you might be introducing people in your region, potential customers, fleet, municipal, whatever it may be, to some new tech that they aren't even aware of. All right, so check that out. All right, great contest going on. We've been blasting it every week. It's the Master Tech Ultimate Fab Experience giveaway. We're giving away two prizes, one for an American, one for a Canadian. It's free to sign up, guys. CMAnetworks.com/giveaway. And while you're on the website, make sure to check out all these other great videos. We just finished our ADAS sessions. You want to learn about the dash cam category, you want to get into that, check out our categories. If not, go through by brand or by trainer. It's where the 12-volt industry connects. That's it for this CMA Showcase presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
Stop it. Yo, roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on SiriusXM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?